The 911 operator thought the call was a prank. All she could hear was singing old hymns, off-key. Too many voices for one room. Then a man whispered into the phone. Service ended 40 years ago, but they're still sitting in the pews. The call came from a locked church in rural Mississippi. Deputies arrived 10 minutes later. The doors were bolted from the inside, and the singing never stopped. Bethany Revival Church sits at the end of Red Clay Road, surrounded by trees and fields that flood every spring. It was built in 1932. Wooden pews, no electricity at first, no records of renovation. Locals say the church always felt heavy, like sound didn't rise properly inside it, like prayers sank instead of lifted. In the summer of 1979, Bethany held a week-long revival. People came from neighboring towns. The church was packed every night. The preacher, Reverend Elijah Boone, was known for sermons about purification, about staying behind when others leave, about obedience being louder than fear. On the final night, witnesses said the service went long, too long. Lights burned until morning. No one came out. By dawn, families were worried. Cars still filled the dirt lot, lights were still on, but no one answered knocking. Deputies forced the doors open. The church was empty, no bodies, no blood, no signs of struggle, just open hymnals on every pew, all turned to the same page. Years later, people began reporting sounds, hymns drifting through the trees at night, footsteps inside the church, lights turning on by themselves. Teenagers who snuck inside said the pews were warm, like people had just stood up, and sometimes they heard coughing, clearing throats, waiting. In 2005, a historian named Calvin Moore broke into the church to document it. He recorded audio. At first, nothing but dust and silence. Then, faint singing. Calvin whispered into the recorder, "There's no one here." The singing stopped. A voice replied, calm, close, unmistakably human. "There is." The recording ends with benches creaking, as if people were sitting back down. Calvin was never found. In 2013, a new sheriff ordered the church sealed. Before it was boarded up, deputies did one last sweep. They reported indentations on pew cushions, dirt tracked in fresh patterns, a pulpit Bible with new fingerprints. The final note in the report reads, "Feels like we interrupted something." In 2018, a passing motorist stopped when he saw lights on inside the church. It was Sunday morning. He heard singing, full choir. He opened the door. The singing stopped instantly. Every pew was occupied. Men, women, and children, all facing forward. Still, their faces were wrong, not decayed, just finished. One of them turned and smiled. The man ran. He later told police they weren't trapped, they chose to stay. People who grew up nearby say the church doesn't want visitors, it wants worshipers. They say if you stand outside long enough, you'll hear your own voice singing from inside, better, louder, inviting you to join in. Bethany Revival Church is still sealed, still standing, still full, and every Sunday morning, just before sunrise, neighbors hear the doors unlock from the inside. Pews creak, throats clear, and a congregation that never learned how to leave, then begin another service.